Y'all twins. Good evening. I'd like to call Plaquemines Parish School Board regular school board meeting to order Monday, May 2nd, 2022 at the Belchase Middle School, Belchase, Louisiana at 6 o'clock p.m. We'll have invocation by Ms. Monica Works, Pledge of Allegiance by Ms. Jennifer Sanger.
Please bow your heads. Dear God, you are the beginning and you will be the end. We thank you for the gift of this school year. It has been a time filled with grace and blessings, with challenges and opportunities, joys and sorrows. The days continue to pass quickly. All have come forth from your hand. Give us rest and refreshment that we need this summer. Let our efforts of this past year bear fruit. Bring all of our plans to a joyful conclusion. Bless us, O Lord, according to your will. Watch over us in the weeks ahead. Guide us each and every day, just as you have done this past year. Help us all return to school with new spirits and high energy. May we continue to grow in age, wisdom, knowledge, and grace all the days of our lives. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call and declaration of quorum. Mr. Russo. Here.
Here. Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Thank you. 1.04, approval of agenda. Call for a motion. Bobby. And second by Mr. Wayne. With the following, I'm just looking to see if anything's on the back. Any questions from the board? Questions from the audience? We'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 1.05, ad hoc and standing committee reports. Can we have two?
It's okay, I'll go. Minutes of the meeting of the Finance and Budget Committee of the Plaquemines Parish School Board held on April 28, 2022 at the North Transportation Building. Members present were Joyce Lampkin, Chair, Paul LeMaire, Fran Bahi Martinez, Jennifer Sanger, Dennis Roussel, and Catherine Phelan. Others present were Nico Tesvich, Bobby Ingraham, Mary Ellen Hamner, Monica Wirtz, Sonia Duplessis, and Dee Daigle. The meeting was called to order at 5:05 p.m. The first item on the agenda was a discussion by Ms. Phelan regarding CNC Marine ITEP Notice of Noncompliance for 2020. Ms. Phelan informed the committee that CNC Marine did not meet the jobs target stipulated in the 2020 ITEP agreement. The agreement required 26 annual jobs under ITEP agreement contract number 2019-0003-A-ITE. It was noted that CNC Marine added an additional 19 employees, however, fell 7 jobs short of the contractual agreement. Additional comments and dialogue continued surrounding sponsorships, contributions, or donations that would help to potentially establish a better partnership with CNC Marine. Mr. Tesevich informed the committee that several conversations had taken place with the owner of CNC Marine regarding probable partnerships in the past. Ms. Phelan then proceeded with several potential recommendations. 1, defer any decision to LED board or do nothing, allowing LED to make the decision for PPSB. Or proposing by formal resolution, A, reduce the terms of the exemption, B, reduce the annual percentage, C, C, terminate the exemption completely, or D, negotiate a default payment agreement. The committee discussed moving forward with a notice of default agreement, also requesting an in-kind donation. Ms. Phelan stated she would draft a letter to Mr. Siblich regarding the default payment and suggested donations and provide the board with a draft of the letter for review. The next item on the agenda was a discussion by Ms. Phelan and D. Daigle, PPSB's benefits coordinator, regarding the retirees' health insurance policy. It was noted that the policy required additional clarification. The revisions are as follows. Second paragraph now reads, any employee who terminates his or her employment with the school board prior to fulfillment of their employment shall not be covered by the school board's medical insurance as of the date of termination. Vesting schedule. The word total was added to premium paid to the retirees in district's columns. Number 4, adding a sentence to read, employees hired on or after January 1st, 2022, and those rejoining the district on or after January 1st, 2022. Number 5, adding a sentence to read, employees hired on or after January 1st, 2022, and those rejoining the district on or after January 1st, 2022, upon retirement with his or her spouse, A, must enroll in Medicare Part A and B, deleting upon retirement if eligible. There being no further discussion, the meeting was adjourned at 6:05 p.m.
Minutes of the meeting of the Committee of the Board of Plaquemines Parish School Board held on April 28, 2022 at the North Transportation Building. Members present was Joyce Lampkin, Fran Baye Martinez, Paula Mayer, Bobby Ingraham, Jennifer Sanger, and Dennis Russo. Others present were Mary Ellen Hammer, Special Ed Director, Catherine Feehan, Monica Wirtz, and Sonia Duplessis. The meeting was called to order at 4:33 p.m. The first item on the agenda was a discussion by Ms. Hammer regarding the adoption of a school board new policy, IDDF, cameras in special education classrooms, and the provisions of Act 456. Ms. Hammer noted that the policy requires school boards to adopt policies relative to the installation and operation of cameras that record both video and audio in a classroom upon written request of a parent or legal guardian. Ms. Hammer informed the committee that the policy procedures have not been finalized at the time of this meeting. However, she will be present the required procedures to the committee for review and approval once released by the attorneys. There being no further business, the meeting was adjourned at 4:45 p.m.
Thank you. Item number 2, Plaquemines Parish School Board Recognition Annual Presentations. Recognition of LHSAA gymnast Brock Cross by Ms. Fran Baye Martinez, and C, presentation by Mona Ikemi, Louisiana Federation of Teachers. Please tell me, correct me on that name. Ikamina, thank you. Louisiana Federation of Teachers.
Okay, I received a message from Jolie Gross. Brock was in Reno competing at the National Convention this past weekend, and they have some plane issues. As of 3:30, they were getting ready to land in Austin, and they still had another change of planes before they got to New Orleans. So she said they probably wouldn't make it, and I told her not to worry, that we would redo it at the next meeting or maybe even at the high school, since the 2 teachers are at the Belle Chase High School. Do you want to present the certificates to the 2 teachers? Okay. Mr. Josh Meir, and Ms. Danielle Rojas were very instrumental in getting gymnastics at Belle Chase High School. I have a little article here that Jolie wrote, but these two teachers helped Brock. He competed in the state gymnastics, and then he went to national this past weekend. Dennis, did you want a picture? Okay. But thank you very much. I mean, he's doing great. He placed 5th in the nation this past weekend. So I told her we'll get together and maybe make a ceremony at school for him, since y'all both are there too. But thank you very much, representing Belle Chase like this.
Ms. Acamina?
Good evening. This is my first appearance before you all. You may know my colleague who is here for a long time, Amy Richardson, and she has retired, and she's younger than I am, and so I'm still standing here. But I come before you tonight for your support for a teacher and school support pay raise. I believe in your package, Ms. Sonia said you have the resolution. But I do want to give a few talking points just to tell you about teacher salaries and support salaries. The average salary for a teacher in Louisiana in 2019 and 2020, which is the last year of the data, was $51,566. The Southern Region average was $55,205. Recently, our neighboring state, Mississippi, gave their teachers an overall raise, I don't know if y'all know this, of $5,241, which now puts us at the bottom and not above them anymore. So 15 years ago, we were basically on par with the rest of the Southern Region as far as pay raises for teachers and school employees. But in 2008, there was a financial crisis in Louisiana which stopped the regular funding. Some of y'all may remember that then Governor Jindal eliminated the 2.75 growth factor, and which provided much needed salaries. So finally, 2 years ago, Governor John Bell Edwards passed a pay raise of $1,000 for teachers and $500 for support staff. But by the time this raise had taken place, we had fallen further and further down the ladder in the Southern Region and basically in the entire nation. This is why, one reason why we are experiencing a massive teacher shortage. I think y'all have done a great job, Superintendent Rousseau, keeping your people staffed. I actually work in Jefferson, St. Tammany, Tangipahoa, and Livingston in addition to Plaquemines. I can tell you that Jefferson has about 282 teacher vacancies, 189 paraprofessional vacancies. Tangipahoa has 300 vacancies. Livingston has, ironically, 68. And one of the flagships, St. Tammany, has 248 teacher vacancies, which is unheard of, because when I was teaching many, many years ago, we had 4 vacancies in St. Tammany and 500 people showed up for the job. So we now can figure out what is going on. I really don't know how to address the teacher shortage. I think I do, but nobody's asking me. That's why we're asking the legislature to approve really a raise of more than $1,500 and $750. Today is May the 2nd. On Monday, May the 9th, the Revenue Estimating Committee will meet and will determine that the state of Louisiana has more monies. Bessie has agreed to add to the pot in their MFP resolution to the House and to the Senate that if the monies are there, they will raise the salaries to $2,000 for teachers and $1,250 for support. The beauty of this for Plaquemines and the rest of the 69 districts is it doesn't cost you a penny. This is coming from state funds. It's recurring funds, so you don't need to get all nervous about it. In that package comes the benefits, the teacher retirement, and your share of the insurance. So we are asking the legislature to pass a $2,000 pay raise for our teachers in school, teachers, and $1,250 for our support workers. I don't mean to brag, but St. Tammany Parish has a collective bargaining contract, and many, many years ago we attempted to get one here and it failed. On Friday we negotiated, in addition to the governor's $1,500, a pay raise of $3,413 for all teachers in St. Tammany Parish, and another $2,600 for their school support workers. Of course, they have very, very high taxes, as you know, and they actually fund their schools fully, one of the few districts that do. So what we're asking you tonight, and I understand from Ms. Sonia that you really can't pass the resolution, but the resolution, I believe, is in your packet, and it basically, and I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, that I'm just going to read the two last resolves. Therefore, be it resolved that Plaquemines Parish School Board does hereby urge and request the Louisiana Legislature to take all necessary action in the 2022 regular session to pass a statewide pay raise for teachers and support employees to be financed by the state of Louisiana and guaranteed in the MFP. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be transmitted, to the Speaker of the House, the President of the Senate, and each member of the Plaquemines delegation. I do know that you could suspend the rules and actually do this, but if you don't, I do understand that you would take it up at the June meeting, and the legislature does sine die or go away on June 6th. So it might be imperative that by June the 3rd, I believe, is your next meeting, that the pay raise would already have been discussed and other districts would have jumped in on the pay raise. We've already done it in St. Tammany. We're doing it in Jefferson Wednesday. Livingston has done it. Tangipahoa's done it. East Baton Rouge has done it. Caddo, Monroe City, Washita, that I know of.
Ms. Small, I'd ask the board to suspend the rules, and so we could vote on this tonight.
Thank you.
All it is support of the state, giving the pay raises to the teachers and to the support. And I'd ask the board to waive the first reading and approve that tonight, but we need Ms. Turner, the president, to suspend the rules at this time.
We need a motion to suspend the rules. So we call for a motion. Oh, all right, Mr. Wayne made the motion.
I'll second.
Second by Bo. Ms. Jennifer. They're tired.
Yeah.
Any questions on the board?
Yeah, this is just to suspend the rules.
Right, but I mean, they may have questions on the reason why we should suspend the rules. You have to ask questions.
I have a question not about suspending the rules, but about the resolution.
Okay, so we'll move forward. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we call for a motion to adopt the resolution. But before we do that, is there any questions?
Yeah, well, my question was, did the state ever reinstate the annual step-up?
Of course not.
Okay, are y'all going to push for that too?
We do every year, sir.
Okay,
And every year we're shot down.
okay.
I do bless your Representative Comier because he does always vote with the teachers.
Yeah, I mean, especially in times like today, high inflation, we need an annual increase, not just, not just 2,000 and 1,250. We need something every year that these
We do
teachers
need
know that they
something.
can keep up with cost of
Yes,
living.
sir. We're with you, and we do it every year.
I have a question. I know funding comes up every year. Where does it get bogged down at? Like, where is it getting killed at?
You want me to be honest with you?
Absolutely. I mean,
It gets bogged down in either, depends on which side of the legislature that the MFP concurrent resolution goes to. This year it went to the House, and it passed in the House 96-0. It's down in the Senate. Last year it got bogged down in the House. They took the $1,000 out of the MFP, and then Governor Edwards vetoed and put it back in the MFP, so that $1,000 is recurring. So you have a House Education Committee that is very nasty and very anti-public ed. And you should look at some of the bills that are coming out of House Education, like posting lesson plans for the entire year.
I saw that.
It's ridiculous, some of the stuff. Taking $5,500 a kid if your child has dyslexia, or sending him to a failing charter school. And these are things that have passed. So these are monies that are going to be taken from you all. Because I do believe you have a charter school here, don't you? You don't have it anymore?
Not in Plaquemines School. We have Belchester Academy, that's a charter school. It's not in our district.
It's not in your district. That's good. So I know next door is $52 million a year in Jefferson that they take away.
So I guess the reason I asked that question is I don't think the general public
knows
where it gets bogged down. So, I mean, I guess my suggestion would be at some point, I really think you guys should go on a campaign and really just blast where it's getting bogged down so that the right people know who to call.
I'm going to tell you a secret. Okay? I'm going to tell you that. No, I don't care. On May 17th, which is next week, we will have a joint effort between the Louisiana Federation of Teachers and the Louisiana Association of Educators on Lobby Day. We'd love for y'all to come if you want. On May 26th, we're having a call to action, and we're inviting everybody to the Capitol, and we're asking everybody to wear black. So we're trying to put pressure on the legislature to do the right thing, because what they're doing is they're disenfranchising public education, and it's terrible.
Because I feel like since I've been on this board,
Yes.
that every year this comes up, and every year we hear about how you're going to get the money, and then somehow it just disappears,
goes away.
and nobody ever explains to us why you didn't get the money.
I'm going to ask you to do this. Our website is la.aft.org. And every week we put out a legislative update that explains what's going on. This is week 7, and the very first thing on that particular memo is the funding, and it explains where it's going and how it happened. So
Thank you.
We are doing that, but I appreciate it. And one other thing off record is we do have some books. I just told Mary Ellen that the Federation would like, again, to donate to you all. It's from First Book to replace the books that y'all may have lost in Hurricane Ida. And I'll bring them by next week. Thank you.
All right. On that note, we'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I will make a motion to approve the request to the Louisiana legislature to take all necessary action in the 2022 regular legislative session to pass a statewide race.
And I second.
Thank you. Any more questions? Questions from the audience? We'll call for a vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, board, and thank you, Ms. Mona.
Item number 3, board members' time for non-agenda and agenda items. Discussion and appropriate action in regards to a revised resolution to correct a technical amendment to the school board election districts for the Plaquemines Parish School Board adopted on March 18, 2022.
Before we go on to that one, I have a few things that I wanted to recognize some people.
Can we do that one first, please?
Oh, okay.
And get that out the way. It's in the packet, right, Ms. Sonia? Any questions? Oh, yeah. And it's in the board packet. Anybody have any questions on that? Okay, we'll call for a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm sorry, we called for a motion first. I am so sorry. I am jumping the gun. Motion by Ms. Fran Y'all excuse me. Second by Ms. Ingraham. Now, do we have any questions? Then we call for a vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Now, Ms. Lemire.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Clark and her staff for their hospitality. Also, I had the honor to be here Saturday for the Michael Sias Memorial softball baseball tournament, and I'd like to say thanks to Ms. Clark, Ms. Billiot, their coaches, their parents. It was a beautiful day, and they had a whole bunch of volunteers, and I was proud to see that and see all the children play. Also, I'd like to thank Venture Global because they sponsored part of the tournament, and I had the honor of getting to talk to Ms. Saez, and she said to tell everyone that she loves them and misses them, and I couldn't believe she remembered me, but she did, and even showed me a Bronco on the shirt that they had, the different schools that Michael was at, and she showed me that Bronco, so I was proud of that moment. Also, I'd like to congratulate Phoenix High School, Bellchase High School, and South Platte High School boys and girls track teams. All three of them have plenty of people in the state track meet this week. And also the softball teams, Bellchase won their first round game in the playoffs. South Platte didn't, but they played pretty well. And the boys, Bellchase and South Platte made the playoffs, and they both got knocked out, but we're still proud of their efforts. And also at South Plaquemines High School today, Tavion Riley signed a full scholarship to Milwaukee Area Tech College in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And she's the first girl to get an athletic scholarship at South Platte High. So we're very proud of Tavion. And other than that, thank you.
Any other board member?
I'd like to add congratulations and heartfelt thoughts for all of our teachers and staff for getting through state testing this week. God bless you for that. I know there's some teacher appreciation things that are going on this week, and y'all enjoy that. You know, let your hair down a little bit and enjoy a little bit of a respite after some high stakes testing. So, you know, the public appreciates you, the board appreciates you. Keep doing a great job. Hopefully we can get that fight and get y'all some more money soon.
Thank you. Any other board member? All right. Thank you, Ms. Clark and your staff. We appreciate everything. And we know graduations are coming up. I just want to extend to our board that we try to make all of the graduations this year. I'm honored to be one of those parents that are sending off our kid, as well as Miss Jennifer. No? You don't have a child this year? Okay, well, I'm the only one on the board that's going to be crying at the graduation. So, again, thank you. And happy Teachers Appreciation Week. It is definitely going to be fun this week. And happy Mother's Day to all our mothers this month. So we'll move forward. Superintendent's comments and reports.
4.01, discussion appropriate action in regard to CNC Marine ITEP non-compliance from 2020. Ms. Phelan.
Mr. President, a question. Don't we need to have a motion to amend the agenda?
We did.
Is discussion and appropriate action to the non-compliance.
And you just want to have a discussion on it? Yes. A brief discussion. Yeah, I'm just going to amend it for a discussion. Okay. Thank you.
I'll offer the resolution for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ms.
Good evening. Pursuant to the Finance Committee meeting this past Thursday, we discussed the ITEP noncompliance for a 2019 contract beginning in calendar 2020 for CNC Marine. All of the items stipulated in that contract were met except for the amount of jobs. They indicated that they expected to have 26. They in fact had 19. However, the payroll exceeded what they indicated in that contract, or what was required in that contract, by over $200,000. The district recognizes that in these post-COVID-19 times, how difficult and challenging it is to hire. In reviewing the options available to the district, it was decided that we recognize and understand the challenges with hiring right now. However, in pursuit of good partnership and stewardship, the district is requesting basically an in-kind donation to offset the potential amount of dollars that we would not see from this ITEP amount. And actually this is a win-win for both sides because of this, per Mr. Roussell's letter that is dated today, those dollars would go directly to the students. So they would be dedicated for the students. Any questions or comments? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fair. 4.02, discussion appropriate action in regard to the amended PPSB retiree health insurance policy.
Call for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
As you all are aware, we put out an amended retiree health insurance policy in January 2022. Pursuant to this, it has come to our attention that we needed to add some additional clarifying language to make things 100% transparent and clear to employees and retirees. The first item is that we need to add to the sentence in the second paragraph, any employee who terminates his or her employment with the school board, the addition is prior to the fulfillment is the add-on piece to that sentence of their employment contract shall not be covered by the school board's medical insurance as of the date of termination. The second clarifying language is to add the word total to column, the second to last and the last columns of the retiree vesting schedule, just to ensure that everyone understands the calculation. The next inserts pertain to items 4 and 5, the same sentence to make clear to employees on the payroll as of December 31st, 2021, and retirees as of December 31st, 2021, are grandfathered in and they will have no changes. So the inserts are add-ons to items 4 and 5 are employees hired on or after January 1st, 2022, and those rejoining the district on or after January 1st, 2022. So just to be clear, anyone who is hired on or after January 1st, 2022 will be subject to the new retiree health vesting schedule. And the last change is on the second page to item 5A, the words "upon retirement" need to be deleted from the sentence "must enroll in Medicare Parts A and B if eligible." That is how that we are proposing that sentence read. Do we have any questions? Comments? We are asking for the board's approval of this proposed change to retiree health insurance policy.
No questions from the board? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Ms.
Board, and
Wheeler.
thank you, Ms. Fair. 4.03, discussion and appropriate action in regard to approval of new school board policy, IDDFC, cameras in special ed classrooms. Ms. Hammond.
So offered.
Second.
All right, 2 seconds.
Okay, all right. I'm here tonight to ask you to adopt a policy that follows Act 456, which was enacted by the state legislature, and it is in regards to the operation of cameras in special education self-contained classrooms, and it's to provide audio and video recordings. And so tonight I'm just asking to adopt a policy. I do not have procedures in place yet. I'm awaiting Hammond and Sills, our attorneys, to guide me. So what we need to do is just pass the policy, and once the procedures are in place, I will share those with you. And I can answer any questions you have.
Any questions from the board? Okay. Questions from the audience? We'll call for a vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board, and thank you, Ms. Hammond. 4.04, discussion and appropriate action in regard to the approval of Phoenix High School Head Start Playground resurfacing. Ms. Phelan.
We'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll say.
Ms. Haydell unfortunately could not be with us this evening. She's at a conference and asked me to fill in for her. This item pertains to settling the playground surface, which has cracks. The surface needs to be removed and repaired. We are able to meet this expense due to a personnel change in budget, along with some expenditures that could be used in the COVID budgets. We received 3 quotes pertaining to this work. They all were in the $40,000 range. However, the lowest quote was from Hahn Enterprises at $42,115.
And it's been clearly over 10 years since the playground has been updated. It is really ridiculous.
It needs to be.
It definitely needs to be updated. It is,
That's a recommend to the
yeah.
board.
Just because I want to be nosy. What is the surface? Is it the rubber?
yeah.
I do know there is some rubber. Let's see. Yes. Rubber safety surfacing is the current existing surfacing.
But it's not all black, because the one that was all black
That's why I was asking.
was
because-
tearing up the clothing.
Yeah.
But
we
it's
had-
not all black, thank God.
We had that moved on, and that was kind of like in pieces, right? It wasn't a. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I had a question about the terms. I saw the terms was net 10 days. Is that, we're gonna be okay with that? It's pretty quick for payment. I thought it was usually net 30 for construction.
That is the standard.
10?
However, no, 30
30
days
okay,
is the
okay,
standard.
yeah, all right.
However, I can tell you the district pays its bills extremely quick,
Oh, yeah.
in one day essentially. So no, that will not be a problem turnaround for us.
Okay, good.
Oh, are we asking for a discount for paying that fast? I mean, I know in my business, if somebody pays in less than 30, they get some type of kickback, 1%, 2%. I mean, I'm with Nico. That is a quick turnaround on terms.
We currently are not asking for a discount based on the 10-day stipulation. We can certainly inquire to that and get back to you all.
I mean, I don't want to hold up the project.
Right, I don't want to.
But I mean, all they can tell you is no, is the way I look at it.
Right. Okay, we'll pursue that and get back to you all very quickly.
I think it's just to get the material ordered because, you know, it's about to be a hurricane season. So the quicker we can get this project started, the quicker we can get it done and
Yeah, I don't
get
want
out of harm's way.
I don't want any delays on this project.
Because,
We need to get this
as y'all
project
know,
done.
we definitely have a problem with having to leave from on that side of the road because of water,
Yeah, I was
so,
over there the other day. We need to get this done.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it while I was sitting here, and I'm thinking like, is high water going to affect this project? So, because I see that they do have to tear up the concrete. So, yeah, if it's gonna hold it up, and that water river's gonna rise, and it's gonna put that project on hold, don't worry about our 1 or 2% kickback.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm gonna vote to pass this, but if we get 2% savings, let's get 2% savings. That's what I'm looking
Understood.
at. But yeah, we need to move forward on this.
We'll
no doubt.
pose the question, but yes, we will move forward with the project pending your approval.
I don't want the kickback. All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, board.
Thank you.
4.05 monthly Head Start budget.
The April request totals $72,353 in expenses. Essentially $49,000 is for payroll. Then we had quite a few conference expenses, $3,383 in supplies, $520 in insurance renewal, and a background check. And again, the total equals $72,353. Through April, the remaining budget is $348,179.
I can't wait to tell Ms. Haydell how you got up there and talked about her.
Well, she also did tell me to let you all know that in her absence, I'll be happy to take any questions to her.
Did we have the phone call over the break about the potential daycare?
Yes, it was approved, and we will be planning this year for them.
All right, we'll talk about that next time, y'all, but it's a good thing.
Approval of board consent agenda, 5.01, 5.02.
Call for a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We need a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any information items? Any citizen comments? Date, time, and location of next meeting will be June 6th, 6 p.m. at the Plaquemines Parish Learning Center in Port Salford. We'll call for an adjournment. Need a second? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:43 p.m. Come on, Miss Sonia.